David, that was a very tough day, I'm sure, for all concerned. Just give us your sort of initial thoughts if you can.
Yeah, hard afternoon, difficult afternoon. We didn't really find our rhythm. I think it was a very tactical game at the beginning, where we were not able immediately to find our shape against Swansea, a team which plays a certain style. I think at the time where we then found the right balance, we conceded a set piece, which we should never concede, a free header after set piece, unfortunately. And obviously, we had the one or other half chance, let's say, but there was not a lot in the game. And with this red card, obviously, it was much more difficult against a team which handled the ball very well. And we wanted to play from a 4-4-1 shape and try to beat them on the counter or with a set piece. And there were one other situation as well, but at the end of the day, I think there's not a shadow of a doubt that we were second best and conceded a self-defeat.
Any issues at all with the red card, Sam McCallum?
I haven't seen the video footage back, but I think this is a red card which you can give. From the perspective where I've seen it, my bigger issue was that the turnover which we conceded in the situation was exactly something what we've spoken about, that you should not play or dribble into the diamond, that you should use the width, and we have done exactly the opposite in the situation when we conceded the turnover, and then the red card is something what annoys me even as much as the red card, to be fair.
I mean, as you say, you started, reasonably well. Looked like you could get in behind them as well. But then when they score and they score again, and obviously the red card, are we seeing today basically this group, the confidence is just not there? They look a very fragile group.
Yeah, obviously this is the case, that the confidence is not on the highest point with so many opportunities which we missed, where we were able to make some steps. We have spoken a few times that this group gets affected by situations which went against them, especially when you have so many experienced leaders injured and not on the grass or not in the dressing room, but it is how it is. These are the issues which we have to solve, where we have to live with. Obviously today with this red card we got another problem which we have to solve, and we will move on. So we have further games to go, and this is exactly the message which I said to the players in the dressing room. So what is important for me is that we every individual shows that he is a man and that he has character, and that he liked to win football matches, because this was at one point everyone started to love this game when he was a young kid, because he wanted to play football and he wanted to win, and this is exactly what I expect from us.
As you say, you're not going to get embroiled in that's the playoffs gone or what have you, but even yesterday when we spoke to him, we were talking about what the summer might bring and the squad. I mean, increasingly it's going to feel like that, isn't it? That this is about building now for what comes next, rather than potentially getting in the top six this season.
Yeah, absolutely. But this, to be totally honest, is the case since a few weeks, and obviously you can learn a lot about a single individual and about the group in the next weeks, and as well in the last weeks. And all the informations which we get on board, we will use to refresh and bring buddies in, players in who have the right mindset to be successful for Norwich City Football Club.
Not just because of this result now, but you, as you've said, you've been in the building long enough. You can make your own assessments on players and the situation. Is it feeling like a bigger job maybe than you may have initially envisaged when you walked in?
To be fair, you only know it when you really are in the environment. So if it would be different from the outside, maybe the one or other looks on it and thinks it's easier than it is. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very, very excited about it, what we have in front of us. but I know we have a hell of work to do. This is, I think, obvious for everybody after the experiences which you guys all together had in the last couple of seasons.
Appreciate your focus is clearly just what's going on the pitch, but I mean, off it today, the fans very unhappy, made their feelings known, directing it towards the board, towards the sporting director. Are you aware of any of that, or you're not even hearing that when you're on the touchline?
During the game, I haven't heard it. Obviously, after the game, I got informed about it. So at the end of the day, for me, are two things important. The first thing is everybody should know, and maybe even if not everybody likes to hear it, how much Stuart Webber cares about this football club. There is not one person on this planet who cares more about the football club than he does. This maybe doesn't mean that all of the ideas, all of the decisions are right, but the one who makes all his decisions in his life right, please come knock on my door and let me know, because I like to have a conversation with him. And the second thing is, it's always easy to finger point individuals out if something doesn't work well. I think, and this is how it should always be, in successful times and in difficult times, it's important that you stick together and believe in each other and help each other and don't let somebody down, whoever it is. And this is for me very, very important. Again, we have a hell of a work to do. Not everything what was in the past was perfect, without a shadow of a doubt. And to be fair, every football club, whoever on the planet in the future, will not make everything right as well. But it's very, very important that you bring clearance that it's only work if we stick together. And this was one of the strengths, and will be in the future as well, of this football club. Everybody told me, and I think no one can say that this isn't the truth. This was one of the reasons why you were so successful in recent years as well.
Okay, just final one for me. As you say, part of the reaction, but in the broader picture, you came in because you knew the guy you were working with. I'm sure that was a factor. There's nothing in your sense that he's not fully on board and that he wants to drive it forward with you this summer and moving on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it make it easier for you as the manager that the fans are picking on somebody who's off the pitch, not on you, not on the players?
In general, I think this is not how my mindset is, that we should say there is a group of the supporter, there's a group of the player, there's a group of the board, there's a group of the management, there's the group of the backroom. This is not how my mindset is. My mindset is we are all together. We are all together, Norwich City Football Club, and we like to be as successful as possible. We were not in the past. There are reasons for it. So come on, name the reasons, speak about the reasons, and show that you can do it better. This is how my mindset is, and this is how it should be. And this is what I meant if I say we should stick together to move this forward in a positive direction. And this obviously is the aim of all of these groups. Journalism are one of the groups, to be fair, as well. So, and this is how my mindset is. This is why I not really get the question, even if I understand it. But I don't think in this direction.
Are you confident that you can have the backing in the summer that you want, everything you need to make this a proper team?
So what I can say is that all the conversations which I had with the board and with the owner as well, that I'm 100% sure that everyone likes to change this, and this is for me the most important message, and this makes me confident. Yeah.
David, were you probably answered this, apologies if you have. Do you understand why the fans reacted the way they did, given there's been 4 straight home games without a goal being scored and a tough run of form. Do you have an understanding of why they reacted, or were you just very disappointed that they reacted like that?
No, I have 100% understanding for frustration. I don't like if some individual gets a finger point, but I totally understand and for 100% respect the frustration. To be fair, I have it as well, and unfortunately I'm not able to show it maybe in the way that I normally or like to show it, but at the end of the day, frustration mostly doesn't help to keep a calm head and make right decisions. And this is why I love my job, to be fair, because in situations like this, you exactly have to have this. Have a cool head with fire in your heart and make sure that you push forward. And this is what we, for sure, with the window which is in front of us, is our aim.
And I understand that you've had some key injuries, of course, that's obvious to the defence and in front of the defence. However, some of the poor run had started before that. So what I'm asking you is, does the body of the last month or so indicate to you the size of the job that's required to make Norwich competitive in terms of contending for promotion?
I said this, yeah, we have a hell of a job to do, but come on, let's do it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.